Good morning. Things are looking a little different here for today than what we enjoyed this weekend. It was such a fantastic weekend. Now things are changing. Temperature's a little cooler this morning. We've got some fog out there. And in addition to that, a chance for some snow for some of us, not all of us. We're looking northward toward the airport. You can see the lights of the runway there. And the smokestacks here, it looks like some of that exhaust is getting trapped in the lower levels of the atmosphere. That's helping to contribute to some lower visibility in some spots. But overall, we do have some areas of dense fog that's developed here. This morning in northwest Minnesota is the focus for it. This was just issued at the top of the half hour, and it's until 10 a.m. And you can see it includes our counties in Minnesota that include towns like Thief River Falls, back into Fosston, Mahnomen, Detroit Lakes and Fergus Falls, and back down toward Elbow Lake. But there are surrounding areas also dealing with some fog. Here's a look at our visibility reports. We're at a quarter to a half mile anywhere in that area, less than a mile in most places. Fergus Falls a little bit better off at a mile and a quarter visibility. And one other spot, Langdon, down to 0 right now, and that does extend down toward Devil's Lake too. We're looking at visibility less than a mile there. So there's been some places where that fog has developed and really has become dense. Now, in the opposite side of the valley, we're looking at some issues with snow. We've seen some snow develop overnight. That's starting to take over in places like Edgeley and Ellendale, that southwestern corner of our viewing area in eastern North Dakota, and then it stretches back over toward Bismarck. Now this is going to set up here, and there's the potential that it might just kind of stay over some of the same areas, which would mean places to the east may not see much of anything, but also for those of you underneath that snow, you could end up with some accumulations. We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. Our temperatures ranging anywhere from 1 in Hallock to 21 in Gwinner and 23 in the Sisseton area. It's 13 in Fargo, 9 in Grand Forks. We've got winds that are very light, a little bit stronger down in the south with some wind speeds at 6 miles per hour, but we know that's light around here. And a look at your hour-by-hour planner. Here's a view of how things are going to play out for us. If you're in the east, we've got the fog problem. If you're to the south and west, you're more likely to be dealing with the potential for snow today. And then in between, kind of a mix of weather going on here. We're looking at some clouds, more likely in eastern North Dakota through the daytime hours. More likely to see a little more sunshine once that fog lifts in the east. And you can see that snow is trying to work its way into that southwestern stretch there, back over by Jamestown and back down toward Ellendale. There's a chance it could advance a little farther east if it just kind of works its way back west, where we may not see much of anything when it comes to that snowfall. By 4 o'clock, temperatures are still looking okay. We're still pretty mild here into the upper 20s to some low to mid 30s, so not doing too bad temperature-wise. As we head into tonight, we will see that snow kind of eventually give up, let loose its grip there over our southwestern viewing area, and it starts to pull away. So heading into tomorrow morning, you could see we start to clear things out, but still looking at some cloud cover hanging around, perhaps a few lingering flurries in the morning hours, that wind coming in out of the north. So we kind of have this bullseye where we could see some more accumulating snow, and this could shift. It could be a little farther east, which would mean a couple of inches of snow in our southwestern counties, or, you know, it may end up being a little farther west and we end up with just a dusting there. So something to watch out for. The rest of us not looking like we'll see much in the way of snowfall. We just have to put up with this fog this morning. And then heading into Tuesday morning, that snow does start to move on and the cold takes over for midweek. But don't worry, just in time for next weekend. Looks like we've got another warm one coming our way.
And that cold is very relative. We've been much colder than that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like when we're talking about teens being kind of cold for us, that's a good sign that we're working our way towards spring.
Exactly. Thank you, Lisa. It may feel like it's too early to talk about nachos, but we have a good reason why to do it today. Stick around. We're showing you how to make your own tortilla chips next.